Oh, shh! Whew. Did you see that? That creature skittering across the floor? It was ginormous. Definitely wasn't a mouse or a rat, even. I mean, New Yorkers, they're complaining about the sizes of their rats. They should get a load of whatever this just was. It was ginormous. What are what was that even? What's that creature even called? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's Catwoman, Captain America, capybara. It's a capybara. And so since about 2020, the start of this year, I've become a real big fan of them, as an Associated Press article tells us they get along with just about all the creatures. And I really like how chill they are and how easily that they could like hang out with other creatures. It's a really nice feature about them. And I've wanted to emulate that chillness for quite a while. So I've seen copious YouTube videos, I've read multiple articles, and so I feel the most capable of describing these furry creatures to the rest of you. But why is a capybara important? Well, in about the second class, like the first real class, a student postulated that perhaps capybara come from Australia. I understand the confusion. Capybara kind of look like strange creatures if you haven't seen one before. And usually, if a creature is strange or odd in any type of way, it's just bam, it's probably Australian. But that's not quite the case. In fact, Gramex Life Encyclopedia tells us that the capybara originate in Central and South America. They have a very large range from about Panama in the north of Central America all the way down to Uruguay. So, long range, nothing to do with Australia though. These are rodents. And so today, we will all become capable capybara experts. First, I'll provide a not so snub-nosed description on these little creatures. Second, I will describe their general life and things that they like do. And lastly, we'll take a look at them culturally at home in South America and also abroad. But first up, let's get to that description. So, the capybara is the largest rodent alive today. And in fact, the Gill Encyclopedia tells us that they can grow to a shoulder height of 1.5 feet. And they can grow to be about 4.5 feet long. These are big creatures. And in fact, a fully grown South American capybara, because those are the ones that grow larger as opposed to the Panamanian capybara, they can weigh up to 150 pounds. That's a difference of 40 pounds between me and that creature. That's pretty heavy. But let's take a closer look at these adorable creatures. The Gromax Animal Encyclopedia tells us that these creatures have a reddish brown to gray fur and a lighter belly. These ones look like a bit on the brownish side, and that's perfectly within the range of animal colors. And as we can see again, they have large heads with short necks, and I know it's a little difficult to tell from this angle and from this poor picture quality, but their front legs have 4 toes, while mysteriously their back legs only have 3 toes. And it's just this weird quirk about capybara that honestly give them a little flavor, little spice to them that I really enjoy. Well, now that we've sized them up, let's zoom out just a little bit on the capybara. And so I'll go over a general overview. Well, like I said, they are found exclusively, naturally, in Central and South America. The Panamanian capybara is smaller, not too small, maybe like 120 pounds compared to the 140 pounds of the South American ones, according to Britannica Encyclopedia. And obviously, these chill guys are all vegetarian. They don't eat any other creatures. How could they? They get along with all of them. And now I'm going to describe the importance of water, because according to Grimex Life Encyclopedia, these guys are all semi-aquatic, which means that they hang out a lot by the rivers. And the reason for that is because it's one of their main food sources. a lot of the plants and grasses they eat are either in the water or it's on the banks of rivers or lakes, and all of them prefer fresh water over saline water. And another important factor about this, which also comes from Britannica Encyclopedia, is that they use the water to elude terrestrial predators like jaguars and other like terrestrial predators. Well, now that we know how they live at home, let's take a look at how they live among humans and their cultural impact. Well, sadly, according to Encyclopedia Britannica again, in Venezuela at the very least, these creatures are farmed. Not to a massive extent, but enough to be mentioned in an article about them. And it sounds kind of bad, but there's no real need to worry because, according to the Gale Encyclopedia, these creatures aren't in danger of being extinct. They're not any endangered animal. So that's alright. And in fact, they're a lot better ecologically than cows are because cows aren't endemic to South America. They ruin terrain, they ruin systems in South America. But the capybara, they already live there. So it's not as bad. It's not as nice, but it's not bad. And in fact, in Brazil, actually, they are so popular that the Associated Press tells us that the Copa America, which is a soccer league in Brazil, chose Zizito as the name of their mascot. And it looks so cute, I have to show it as well. I know it's only supposed to be one thing, but I have to give it a second prop. This is Zizito, named after Zizinho, a famous soccer player in Brazil, and he just looks so cool that he has to be there. And lastly, in another article, there's a cafe in South Korea which features a rescued capybara, and it is the cutest thing. You can go ahead and feed it, and it is just a really nice place. It's got 2 raccoons and a capybara, and they're just the best of friends, and it's super nice. So, if there's one thing I hope you take away, it's that capybara are no marsupial. They are the cutest rodent.